Good morning, children. Reading and analysis of maps. Today's lesson is reading and analysis of maps. Okay. What is a map? Can you say, children, what is a map? Map is the representation of the earth on a flat surface. Map is the representation of the earth on a flat surface. Previous classes we have learnt already about few maps, like maps showing heights and thematic maps, etc. And how to represent different features on the map also we have learned, like water bodies, mountains, plateaus, using different colors and symbols. Water bodies with blue color, mountains with brown, plateaus with light yellow. So in this way, different features on the map are shown with different colors. We also learned about different kinds of maps called as thematic maps. What are the thematic maps? Thematic maps show different themes like population, climatic conditions, agriculture, agricultural products, etc. In this way, different themes, thematic maps show different themes. And also, we learned that the person who makes the map is called as the cartographer, and the science of making maps is called as cartography. Cartographer, cartography. Now in this lesson, in this class, we see how to read and analyze the map. In the initial stages, how the map was made and how many stages it passed to come to today's form, that very easily we are identifying a place, we are locating any place very easily. But to make a map, it took a long time, long years of time, and now today we'll see what is the story of this map making. Yes, children, here can you see two pictures here, and one is a photograph which is taken from the space. Photograph of the earth taken from the space. Other one is map. Can you say the differences between this photo and the map? Photograph and the map. Maps doesn't show any real feature. Like a map doesn't show any feature. Can you see in the map the real feature, like we see, for example, the classrooms map is made, then what can we see in that map? Just we make a lines and we represent a rectangular or a square box. In the square box, few benches in the showing some symbols. But if it is a photograph, we can see the walls, the benches, etc. So in this way, there is a lot of difference between the map and the photograph. Maps are used by the geographers to show the features that he considers important about a place. Example, distribution of rainfall, population, etc. What he want to show. Sometimes he want to show the rainfall, climatic conditions, population, crops grown in the particular area. In this way, whatever the geographer thinks to show, he can show in the map. And the map maker may also leave out many features visible on the photo. Real features we cannot see, like individual houses, trees, etc. Like I told you just now in the class, Can you see in the map the benches like we see in the photo? No. We can see only a rectangular box. In the rectangular box, a few benches which are represented by some symbols. A map actually is the model of a place giving those features that the map maker considers to be of importance. So what are the map maker want to show? He can show in the map. That may be rainfall, that may be population, that may be states and capitals, whatever it is. So people make different kinds of maps depending upon the purpose. Depending upon the purpose, the maps are made. So I think, is it clear, children? What is the difference between the photograph and the map? Map is based on the geographer's idea, and whatever he want to show, what is the purpose of the geographer is, that will be shown in the map. Mapped on the edges. Here, what is the history of the map? We will see in this part of the lesson. So making map it was not an easy one, and it took many hundreds of years. So in the initial ages, the prehistoric times, people have been speculating about the cosmos. What are the cosmos? Heavenly bodies like earth, sun, moon, skies, seas, rivers. These all are called the cosmos. And often the speculation was depicted visually. We have a prehistoric painting from Jawora in the Madhya Pradesh showing the land, water, the skies. Cosmographic speculation continued. What is cosmographic speculation? It is nothing but studying the heavenly bodies. Studying the heavenly bodies is called as the cosmographic speculation. This studying the heavenly bodies continued in the Vedic and Puranic times also, when it was thought that the earth had 7 islands surrounded by 7 seas arranged in a concentric circle with Mount Meru the center here, and India Bharatavarsha was located on one of the islands called Jambudvipa. Can you see it in the map? Here Jambudvipa and Bharatavarsha is located here. And here we can see in the first picture, we see the middle Meru Parvata, and it is surrounded by 7 islands around it here, and around it salt ocean. Around this salt ocean. Okay, next. So children, in the Mughal times, Indian map makers were introduced to the methods of Central Asian map makers, and an atlas was prepared in Jaunpur in the 17th century by Sadiq Isfahani. Sadiq Isfahani was the person who made the first atlas. Central Asian map makers. So, in the Mughal times, Indian map makers were introduced to the methods. So, they used the methods which were introduced by the central map makers and prepared in Jaunpur in the 7th century, and by Sadiq Isfahani. So, this Sadiq Isfahani was the person who made the map using the latitudes and longitudes to determine the location of places in his maps. By the end of the Mughal period, when the British began mapping India, we learn a wide variety of maps in use. Unfortunately, most of these maps are lost. Only a few have survived. British made many efforts in map making. We in the previous class we learned about the Survey of India, which was and it was established by the British, especially for making the maps to identify in India where are the places which are higher places, which are lower places, where are the mountains, where are the rivers. These all were found out by this Survey of India. So, unfortunately, most of these maps are not available. Maps made by Sadiq Isfahani are also in the Mughal, by the end of the Mughal period, when the British began mapping India. So, we learn a wide variety of maps in use, but these maps are not now found here in this period. Maps have a long history behind them. Maps have a long history behind them. Some of the earliest surviving maps were made by Sumerians. Sumeria, present day Iraq. Here, about 4,000 years ago, maps were made. These maps were imprinted on a clay tablet. As we see in the picture, on a clay tablet, the maps were made. The Sumerian temples owned large tracts of land and they had to keep an account of income from the lands. That is why they tried to keep records of the lands with the help of the maps. So these people wanted the record of the lands from which they get income, from which they get taxes, where the land is, that is agriculture is performed and or it is a barren land. To make a clear picture of this, they made some map on a clay tablet. So Babylonians were people, this is also the place present called as Iraq. They also made some of the earliest world maps, that is the world as they thought of it. We have given below one of the maps. So here we can see one map which was drawn on a clay tablet about 2600 years ago. These people imagine the world as a round disc. Here we can see, children, here they have given a picture of the map like it is like a disc. They imagine the world as a round disc and the inner circle had all cities, the small circles, and the villages, rivers, marshes and mountains they knew about. The city of Babylon was shown in the middle. Beyond the inner circle was a bitter river and salt water ocean in which there were 7 triangular oceans. Okay, so here in this on this clay tablet they have made some, here in the middle they have shown the city of Babylonia, and around the Babylonian city which was the inner circle, and around it was a bitter river or the salt water ocean. So in which there are some 7 triangular oceans. Around the same time, Greek geographers like Anaximander and Hecataeus of Miletus, now in Turkey, and Herodotus also prepared world maps. And they arranged the places from east to west and north to south. Here we can see the map made by the Herodotus. So, next, this Herodotus made the maps, arranging the places which they know in an order from west to east and north to south. The ideas were similar to the Babylonians, who believed that the earth was a round disc surrounded by ocean water. They traveled widely and wrote down descriptions of the land. which they know. They travel widely. There, they went to the places and they wrote the descriptions of the land and people and then histories as they saw and heard about. They prepared maps based on these travels and descriptions. Though these maps have not survived, historians have tried to recreate them with the help of their descriptions. So, some of the people will be going to some places and they will say some description. Okay, we should go to the east and we will find some places and some places there is a wonderful tree there or a beautiful place to see or some temple. So in this way, when the different people describe different places which they see, based on their descriptions, these people, the Babylonians made the maps in the initial stages. And we can see in the previous map, they placed Greek in the middle of the map. They also divided the world into 3 continents: Europe, Libya, and Asia, all of which were separated by the Mediterranean Sea. So the Greeks and after them, the Romans were greatly interested in making maps and knowing about places near and far. So the Greeks, as we can see in the previous map here, they placed Greece in the middle of the map and also divided the world into 3 continents. So they know in that time they knew only 3 continents. The 3 continents were Europe, Libya and Asia. These 3 continents were around the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. And they thought that this is only the world. They don't know the remaining part of the world, and these people thought this is only the world. The Greeks and after them the Romans were greatly interested in making maps and knowing about the places near and far. They wanted to conquer the world, build colonies in far off places and trade with them. So we know about Alexander. He was a great king and he wanted to conquer the whole world. And also he came to India some 2300 years ago. And similarly, Roman traders had established trading centers on Indian coasts to which they came by ships. So these all people took the help of the maps. Maps became very useful for them and necessary for them. With the help of the maps, they could travel along with their army and they used to conquer the places. In order to help the sailors, the maps also had to be accurate. Maps should be accurate, very clear. The Greeks tried to make the maps accurate with the help of the longitudes and latitudes. The Greek people, they used to make the maps with the help of the longitudes and latitudes, and because of these latitudes and longitudes, the maps will be accurate and they can travel to the places with the help of these maps. They tried to find out a set of places where the midday occurred at the same time, and these places were joined together within a line from north to south. This was the meridian. Okay, how the meridians were drawn, how the longitudes were drawn. So the people here, what they did, the Greeks, so they pointed out all the places, a set of places where the midday occurred at the same time. Midday occurred at the same time with the help of the shadows. With the help of the length of the shadows, they found out in which places the midday occurred at the same time. These places were joined together with a line from north to south, and these were called as the meridians or noon time, noon line or the longitudes. They also tried to draw latitudes by connecting places which had equal length of shadow at noon. With the help of these 2 kinds of lines, they drew a grid on the map and located all the places from east to west and north to south along these lines. Preparing these lines accurately was not an easy task, and it took about 2000 years to finally get correct longitudes and latitude. So they worked hard for at least 2000 years. But locating place on maps with the help of these two lines became easy and useful for travel and sailors who could orient the direction they traveled to their destinations. The sailors in turn helped the map makers, telling them about the places they visited. Here the people, the sailors, in turn, they helped the map makers. So they told about their travels, which direction they traveled, and which direction they could see different places. In this way, the sailors were the people, important people, those who helped the map makers in making the maps. Who are the map makers? What are they called, children? Cartographers. The people who make the map are called as cartographers. And Ptolemy was the one of the person, famous geographer of the ancient world, who prepared detailed maps of the world using these lands. So Ptolemy was the person who prepared the maps using the he prepared the detailed maps using the longitudes and latitudes. However, these maps were all lost for a long time. These all maps were lost. Now they are not available. But he made efforts to make maps, to make the detailed maps. You may have noticed that most of these maps give more correct information of Europe and the nearby countries. In fact, they usually place Greek or Rome in the middle of the map. They also give more correct information about places visited by the sailors and traders on the coasts of various countries, but they did not know about the interior places. Thus, on the map of Asia, you can see India shown as much smaller as Sri Lanka, as the sailors were more familiar with it. So, these cartographers, the map makers, they took the help of the travelers, the sailors who went to different places for trading. And because of this, they don't know the correct information about the interior places. They know only the information of the places which they visited, or the coastal places all the way. So that is what we can see India marked in a very small, as a very small region on the map, in the initial stages map. These books of Ptolemy were used by the Arab scholars and sailors in preparing maps. And one of the famous map maker, Arab map maker, Al-Idrisi, prepared a world map for the king in 1154 CE. The map with legends written in Arabic while showing the Eurasian continent fully. It shows only the northern part of the African continent and lacks details of the southern Africa and Southeast Asia. About this, we'll discuss in the next class. And children, you are supposed to do the home assignment. Most of the children are not showing interest in completing the home assignment, and only I give you 3 questions and they should be completed in the home assignment book. And you should maintain a classwork notebook, and I will tell you in the next class how to maintain the classworks. Okay, and children, don't start the classwork before I say. Thank you.